Hi everyone and welcome to the True Mask Games YouTube channel. Today I would like to present to you a little event that I have planned on this very channel to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the existence of the True Mask Games YouTube channel. And this event I would like to call 7 Days, 7 Games, for I will be running starting on Monday, June the 12th and finishing on Sunday, June the 18th. 7 games in 7 days. So we are running 7 live games, 7 one-shot RPG games in 7 different game systems over the course of the 7-day week. 1 game every single day. And in this video I'll be talking to you a little bit about what these games entail and how you can participate. Now be aware all the times that I'm talking about, all the starting times of the games are Central European summer times. So make sure that if you want to participate, you make the time zone conversions properly and hopefully we'll get to play with each other. Now Monday, June the 12th, starting at 7 p.m. Central European Standard Time, we have a Litany of the Lightless Sea, Carcosa RPG. Carcosa is a very strange science fantasy horror setting, heavily inspired by Lovecraft, and it uses the Lamentation of the Flame Princess rule system, but with some pretty decent adaptations for this specific system. It is set on the planet Carcosa, 153 light years away from Earth, where 13 different races of men struggle to survive in the shadow of the old ones and their spawn, and in the ruins of many layers of fallen civilizations. In the adventure that we will be playing, Litany of the Lightless Sea, a group of men are sent out to find the fabled Pale Lotus, the only plant that can save their tribe from a terrible disease that is threatening to destroy it completely. On the way, they will not only have to battle the terrifying Bone Man, but also alien creatures and things far worse. On Tuesday, June the 13th, starting at 8 p.m., we will be playing Symbaroum RPG, an adventure called Dying of the Light. The Symbaroum is a dark fantasy role-playing game that uses a D20 roll-under rule system. I have been running quite a few games on my channel already of Symbaroum. It is a Swedish role-playing game developed by a producer called Järnringen, and it is a extremely great setting and a very interesting game where the game master never rolls dice. The setting itself deals mostly with the Ambrians, a civilized people who are refugees of a terrible war, and their barbarian neighbors, having to survive and build a life for themselves in the shadow of the dark, deep, ancient forest of Davokar. And in this adventure, Dying of the Light, our heroes are called upon and brought to the deathbed of a priest, a servant of Prios, the one god, the Light Lord, the god of the sun. On Wednesday the 14th, starting at 8 p.m., we are playing Sly Hender, the dark, grim fantasy role-playing game. It is an adventure I have written myself called The Dance of the Dead. Sly Hender uses a D100 system, and it is a very new role-playing system that has been kickstarted and only released about maybe a month or so ago. And it is basically a love letter to Warhammer Fantasy role-playing game, 1st and 2nd edition, which are 2 of my favorite role-playing games of all time. So I'm very excited to try out their spiritual child, I suppose, Sly Hender. In this adventure, which is set in the vast and vastly corrupted city of Melgard, our heroes find themselves indebted to a criminal organization, a brutal gang called the Red Hooks. The leader of the Red Hooks, known only as Grimwald the Butcher, says that their debt is due. He will send them on a dangerous mission that will lead them all the way into the Necropolis, the ancient city of the dead, not far from Melgard. On Thursday, the 15th, starting at 9 p.m., we are playing The Vampire of Schwarzbrunn, a Call of Cthulhu Dark Ages adventure. I suppose I don't need to explain really what Call of Cthulhu is. The Lovecraft role-playing system based on a D100 rule system. Usually Call of Cthulhu is played in the 1920s, but this time we are going Dark Ages. So welcome to the year 985. The Holy Roman Empire is in turmoil. The rightful ruler, Otto III, is only 5 years old. And another powerful nobleman, Henry II, the Duke of Bavaria, is going for the crown. War has come. But at the same time, other things are brewing. In the small village of Schwarzbrunn, about a day's march or so north of Vienna, terribly mutilated corpses, mostly women and children, are found with their throats open and their bodies bereft of blood. Rumors are circulating instantly, and legends of the vampires, the walking dead, will come to the forefront. The Margraves of Vienna have sent our player characters to Schwarzbrunn to find out what is happening there, and they might discover a truth that is even darker than the darkest of legends. Friday the 16th at 11 p.m. we are playing Everyone is John. John is on vacation. Everyone is John is a pretty crazy, competitive role-playing game where every single player character plays a voice in the head of a slightly weird man named John. John is on an island, Paradise Island, a great place for a vacation, but the voices in his head are still with him, of course. Every voice, every player has their own secret vices and agendas, and the voices are battling each other to take over control of John and basically do what needs to be done to amass their points and hopefully be the one victorious voice in the end. Everyone is John is not very serious. It's often can be quite comedic, and I'm looking forward to trying it out one more time. All the rules, by the way, of Everyone is John are pretty much fit on one single page, and I will post a link in the description underneath the video. You can find the rules there. On Saturday, September the 17th, 8 p.m., we are playing Scath, Shadow of the Fomori, the adventure called The White Spear. Scath is something that I myself have released about a year ago. It is a dark fantasy role-playing game based on D20 roll-under system that is heavily inspired by Celtic, especially Irish mythology. It is a Bronze Age setting in a world where the realms of men have been swept away and destroyed by the arrival of a new race, mystical and mysterious creatures called the Fomori, that have conquered the world with their legions of monsters and pushed mankind to the brink of extinction. That was about 200 years ago, but now for the first time, mankind seems to have a small chance to actually fight back successfully, for they are led by the Chosen Ones, men and women who have made pacts with mystical creatures known as the Eight, elemental spirits of ancient times that have given them magic in exchange for servitude, and they will lead mankind against the Fomori. In this adventure, The White Spear, the Chosen Ones are seeking to win the allegiance of a clan of wilders, savage dwellers of the forests and swamps. And we'll see how it goes. And last but not least, we have Sunday, the 18th of June, starting at 6 p.m. The adventure is called Counting Sins, and it is a Dogs in the Vineyard one-shot. For those of you who don't know what Dogs in the Vineyard is, it is basically a rule system that is centered on dice pools, D4s, D6s, D8s, and D10s, and it is set in about a fantasy version of the 1800s, and it is set in an area that is very similar to what could today be called Utah. And the player characters are playing members of God's Watchdogs, a religious order that travel from small isolated town to small isolated town, bringing news, bringing goods sometimes, also, and bringing, well, doctrine, of course, for they are a religious order after all. And they are also there to heal those who need healing and to judge and punish the wicked. In this one-shot, they will be arriving in the small town of Miracle, and they will be counting the sins of the townsfolk. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are 7 games in 7 days. If you want to participate, pretty much all the games still have at least 1 or 2 spots left. So if you do want to play, take a good look at the time zone you're in. Double check if you are available at that time. Most of the games will run anything between 3 and 5 hours. And then contact me on Facebook or on YouTube or Discord or using my email, whichever way you desire, and let me know that you are interested. And then also, of course, subscribe to our channel so you are notified when the games become online, if you want to watch them and if you want to figure them out. And we'll have a lot of fun, and we'll try out some new games that I have never played and the people that I play with probably have never played. And if you're interested in those games, feel free to drop by and take a look. And as always, until we see each other again, True Mask Games says goodbye and good night. I'm looking forward to playing with you. Bye bye.